What up? What up? What up? What up, players? What up, gangsters? What up, hustlers? What up, ladies of the day, ladies of the night, day walkers, night walkers, vampires, bartenders, restaurant workers, corporate America people? What is happening? Happy Friday. It's Jemiah from the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast, and I am back with you for Friday's action, because we always have action. And first, I want to recap yesterday, of course, as I pull it up here on the app in the juice reel. And yesterday in the WNBA, we went 2 wins, 1 loss. We had Jessica Shepard over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That got us to the window for the cash. And we had Dallas minus a 6.5. That got us to the window for the cash. And it was a good day all around in the WNBA. Baseball took a hit. It is what it is. That's what happens when you're betting underdogs. No big thing, but we've got quite a few plays today we're going to get into. I hope you all are having a great day. World Cup USA tonight, 9 o'clock. I'm not going to bet it. If I had to, I would take both matches over just for the plus money price on both of them. One of these matches is going over. They're both not staying under. Just my 2 cents for what it's worth. I might not bet it. I might. If you see it in the Juice Reel or Pick It app, if you're following along, you'll know if I bet it, but probably not. I'm going to get into the baseball real quick and then do not a deep dive, but I'm going to get out your hair. But I'm going to do a deep dive in MLB. We are taking the Braves tonight. This shit is crazy. They've got the Braves as underdogs against the fucking shitty Mets. And anytime I can get Spencer Strider and the Braves at plus money as an underdog, I'm going to bet it every single fucking time. So we are taking the Braves to beat the Mets tonight. Because fuck New York. Yeah, your fans are assholes. You're egging the Spurs. Like, do better, man. You guys are fucking pathetic. It's fucking gross. Like, you guys just fucking suck. And you wonder why, like, nobody likes you. Nobody cares where you're from. You fucking suck, dude. Like, Jesus Christ, man. You win the game and you're still egging the fucking truck. Like, the players got to be escorted off the court. Do fucking better, man. Fuck New York. Like, god damn. Y'all get on my fucking nerves, bro. Come at me, bro. I'm just kidding, man. Anyway, we're on the Braves against the fucking Mets and fucking Flushing every time at plus money. And the next we're going to do is Arizona, the Diamondbacks on the money line. The window ticket is going to be the Diamondbacks. It's the best play on the board, in my opinion. And I want to do this the honest way because a box store is going to lie to you, and I'd rather you trust me than trust the surface stats. All right, here's the matchup. Casual better. Here's what they're going to look at. Eduardo Rodriguez, 2.52 ERA against Nick Lodolo, sitting up near 5.5 for an ERA. Looks like a slaughter. Looks like Arizona should be a favorite, not a dog. Pull the hood up. Rodriguez's 2.52 is not the whole story. His expected numbers is stuff that strips out luck and defense. His FIP, fielding independent of pitching, is 3.85. 4.35 expected FIP, so that's about a half a run above where it should be. 0.336 on base average against him. He's been good, he's been gritty, and he's been running a little hot. Some of that shiny ERA is going to come back down to earth. So I'm not going to try to tell you like this dude's going to win the Cy Young or some shit. That's not what it is. The edge is that it's not him being elite. It's Lodolo getting barreled, and his shit's getting hit hard. He's got a 12.2% barrel rate, and if you listen to the pod earlier in the week, good pitchers, their barrel rate is lower, around 6, 7, 8. This dude's at 12%, okay? And he's got a 38.6% hard hit rate. Good pitchers, hard hit rate is usually around 30, 32. And he's got a 3.91 on base average against him. 3.91 on base average against him, and that's not bad luck. That's hitters squaring him up, and they're hitting the ball. So here's the catch. There's some sharp money on Cincinnati, but Arizona at plus money. Lodolo's getting too hard for me to back him in this spot, so I'm not gonna. We're gonna take the plus money on Arizona. We always bet underdogs here, no favorites on the To the Window Sports Betting Podcast. So Arizona on the money line, and this is just a complete degenerate play because I just think this price is crazy. I'm getting 2-1 on my money for the Phillies. Look, I know it's Jacob Mizorowski, leading Cy Young getter. The kid's a beast. Unless he plans on pitching a no-no. And Milwaukee is a tough place to play in. I'm just not going to ignore this price. And sometimes you want a little sweat, which I'm not just going to sweat it. I'm not even going to fucking watch it. But this price on the Phillies, who are playing really good baseball right now, can't pass it up. So I'm going to take that to the window. Phillies on the money line against Jacob Mizorowski and the Fighting Beer Brewers. And on to my favorite league, the WNBA. There's two games on the board. It's Toronto and Washington, and Golden State. Can't believe I just. Oh, Golden State's playing Seattle, and Seattle's a little rough right now. But with their French unicorn, their own version of the French unicorn, Dominic Malonga coming back, they are formidable to cover a spread. And I think they do that tonight. But first, the Toronto and Washington match. My numbers have this over at 173 and some change. Vegas has the number set at 168.5, so that's 5 points of edge. So Toronto Tempo, Washington Mystics, we are taking the over 168.5. I'm usually skeptical with a big edge like that, but I think, as I said, the W is moving towards overs, and they're moving hard and fast. And I think that it's good for the brand, and they need it. And as you saw in the games last night, they were upwards of 200 points when they had total set at 160, 170. So this one is going to go up and over. Watching the betting splits on this at Circa and Pinnacle and all that, their defenses are not great. Toronto's missing some key pieces, and I can't take a side on this one. Gun to my head, give me Toronto plus the points. I think it's 2.5, but I'm just going to take the over 168.5. Washington Mystics and Toronto Tempo. And then the next game, like I said, Toronto with revenge. The Mystics are on a 2-game losing streak. They hadn't lost 3 in a row all year. I just can't make myself. I get gun to my head, and I'm behaving myself, and I'm showing discipline. I'm trying to. No side, but just the over in that game. I'm sitting here almost talking myself into making another bet. I'm not gonna do it. Next game is Golden State at Seattle, and look, Golden State they're a good squad at home, where they play at Valhalla. That crowd is crazy. Like I told you before, they got old ladies dressing up as fucking Viking maidens with steins of beer and whatnot and all that shit. But on the road, it's a different story. And this Seattle team is desperate for a win. They've lost 7 in a row. And do I think they lose? Do I think they lose 8 in a row? Yeah, probably. Honestly, yeah. The team's not good. They're not deep. But with that being said, I think they keep this in single digits. So the Seattle Storm plus 9.5 we're taking that to the window. That's worth the trip to the window. If they pull this out, that would be dope. Last night we had Portland against Las Vegas, and I mean they had the lead for the entirety of the first half, went into halftime with a 2 to 4 point lead. And then Vegas did Vegas things, even without Kennedy Carter. That Asia Wilson is gonna go down as probably the greatest women's basketball player of all time. Asia Wilson is that good. She is fantastic, and betting against them is tough. And I really, from now on, I think now I'm sitting here processing it, talking to you in my head. It's if I like someone against Vegas, the move is probably going to be the first half going forward, just based on last night's result. I'm going to track it. I think that's worth a look. Vegas if you're going to go against Vegas, don't go against them full game. Go against them for the first half because they are so good, so well coached, so deep. They're just a good squad. That's all there is to it. I'm going to touch on the Liberty and the Dream game yesterday. New York came here to Atlanta and showed the fuck out. It was crazy. Marina Johannes hit 2 back-to-back threes before halftime. They were just out of control, bro. This New York team is doing all this without Sabrina Ionescu. This team is really, really, really good. So can't make a move on who I think is going to win it all because Minnesota's solid, Las Vegas is solid, Atlanta's solid. Minnesota, Las Vegas, Atlanta. Dallas is decent. I'm forgetting someone. LA is. They win games. They're good, but right for me right now, it's Aces and Liberty at the top of the list. Of course, they're the odds-on favorites, but I still do like the Dream. but not to win it all. I don't know. I'm gonna have a future on who's gonna win the whole thing as the season progresses, and we'll see who's healthy, who's not coming up around the All-Star break, and then we'll fire on something. And these two games tonight, we got a couple props. Brittany Sykes, she plays for the Toronto Tempo. She's a point guard. She was with Atlanta, then she went to LA, and she went somewhere else, and now she's with Toronto. $1 million backcourt, her and Marina Mabry. But they set this line at 27.5, just like they did last time. The last 5 games for this at this number, points, rebounds, and assists total at 27.5. She's had 45, 35, 28, 44, 42. 5 out of 5 the last 5 games. 2 of her teammates are out. The ball is in her hands. She's going to feast tonight. The guards for the Mystics are young, but they're scrappy. But with the experience that Brittany Sykes has, she's going to get everybody involved. And she's going to score when she needs to, and she can jump out of the gym. Even with, she's torn 2 ACLs, but she's a hooper. And you're giving 27.5. They keep setting these soft-ass lines, and I'm going to keep taking advantage. So Brittany Sykes over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Next up, same game, Shakira Austin over 8.5 rebounds. It's a plus money bet. Washington's at home. I think this game stays, it's going to be up and down. I think that's why we took the over. A live number, her 8.5 just seems low, and I'm getting plus money on it. Not my favorite, but it's a value play. I can't pass up on plus money on Shakira Austin over 8.5 rebounds. And next up is the engine that makes the Golden State Valkyrie go, and that's Veronica Burton. We were on her the other night. She cashed this in the third quarter. Over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think the other night it was set at 21.5. They moved it up to 2. But when we bet it 3 or 4 nights ago, however long ago it was, she ended up with like 35 points, rebounds, and assists combined. So you're giving me 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We're going to take it every single time. It's a good bet. It's a bet that's going to cash. I'm pretty confident in this bet. And in that, the guards for Seattle, Flau'jae Johnson and Natasha Heidemann, they're smaller, they're younger, inexperienced. Same thing for Brittany Sykes going against the Mystics. Give me the experienced guards every time. And their PRAs, especially experienced guards in a spot where I think the underdog has a shot, where it's not going to be a blowout. Give me the experienced guards over the younger guards every time. So that's the whole card, guys. I'll run through it one more time for you. We got Toronto and Washington over 168.5. Brittany Sykes, points, rebounds, and assists combined over 27.5. Seattle, the Seattle Storm plus 9.5. Shakira Austin over 8.5 rebounds. Veronica Burton over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. And then we are on the Atlanta Braves on the money line against the Mets, and we are on the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. And for shits and giggles, a flyer to throw in the wind and light a $10 bill on fire because it's Jacob Mizorowski and it's the Milwaukee Brewers, and the kid is a beast. We're taking the Phillies on the money line at plus 200 and something. So with $10 will bring you back fucking 30. Either way, you guys have a great Friday. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, unlike this Phillies game that I just talked about, everybody wants to sweat. I'm not sweating that shit. If it cashes, it cashes. If it doesn't, whoop-de-doo. Isn't nothing to brag about. Who gives a fuck? It's just one game in a plethora of games. There's going to be more tomorrow. If a bet makes you sweat, you're not doing it right, guys. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Have a great, great weekend. Enjoy the World Cup. Go USA. Sorry, Paraguay, but you got to get crushed. Have a great weekend, guys. This is Jemiah from To The Window. We'll see you next time. Love.